Hey, my Libra babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I know I ain't seen y'all in a while. How you doing? This is going to be your October 2020 monthly read, love, money, whatever comes out. So far, what I have seen, cards are already shuffled and cut up. What I saw while I was shuffling, first message is for health. If you are not Marcus Welby, Doogie Howser, or House, go see your doctor. I don't know who needs to hear that. The other part of that is some of y'all are seeking some type of adventure. Y'all have been in lockdown a minute too long, and you were trying to get out and break free. A change of environment. There's a high priestess came up, and the environment card came up, and that couple times. Might be time to change. So let's see what we got going on for Libra for the month of October. We're going to do 3 cards from the bottom, 2 for your overall, and 1 for your challenge, which is spiritual union. We're going to see what that's about. But your overall, the bottom card is mental conflict and rebirth for the first week of October, spirituality, relationship change, and conflict and defeat. Second week, change, y'all. Awareness, intuition. So it looks like I'm going to pull the third card for y'all too. Knight of Coins, spiritual union. I'm going to stick that one there. I think y'all need some clarification. So the spirituality pulls the 9 of Wands. Relationship change pulls the Moon card. Conflict and defeat pulls the Queen of Cups. 5 of Swords sitting on top of change. 10 of Coin, awareness. And 2 of Cups sitting on intuition. So let's see what we got going on from the other set of air babies. Your overall energy. The Fool sitting on the mental conflict. This is really kind of what I started out saying. There's some type of risk that you're weighing, considering whether it's relationship, whether it's with your money, whether it's just your lifestyle or the weight around, but it's being considered, and you are leaning towards taking the risk. That's where you are right now, because you're tired. Just like I said, it's an environment change. Y'all are restless. You're tired of doing the same old bullshit, same old way. So you are looking definitely for something new. However, being the Librans that you are, it's causing some mental conflict. You're the analyzers of the air signs. Y'all will break something down into its finest, and you will weigh it and weigh it and weigh it and figure out what the options are and keep going. But what you're being asked to do in order to get what you're trying to get is to take a risk, and that's where y'all are at right now. Should you take the risk or not? On the back end, it's about rebirth and nurturing your rebirth. It's you got change, relationship change, regular change, becoming aware, intuition, conflict, and defeat. It's time for something to change. It's time for you to have a makeover, basically. That's where you are, and you know you're aware of this, and you're aware that you're gonna be the one that's got to instigate it. But again, when it falls down to or comes down to you taking a risk or you playing it safe, you're not sure in this instance exactly what direction you should go in. Which brings us to the first week of October with the 9 of Wands sitting on top of the spirituality. I am guessing some of you are in situations that really testing your mental, the way people are acting. That's fire. And what they're doing, how they're saying it, other people overreacting, and it is really pushing you to where you feel like you need to be relying on your spirituality a little more. Hence, we come to the challenge. Taking inventory of the stability in your life. That's including people, places, and things. and looking to see where the like-minded part, that spiritual union, where the like-minded is. That's where you are this month. That's probably what the focus is going to be in a lot of areas, is taking inventory or taking stock and seeing where the like-minded people are. That's relationships, money, family, the whole nine. So that brings us back here. Now just hone in on it. Somebody's actions, they just acting overboard, and that's just got you may not, this may be a person that you're intimately involved with, and y'all are just not on the same page at this point. So that may be a point of contention for you, maybe one of the things that you are thinking about. Oh hell, well, let's just go to the next card. Relationship change. But here you're looking at the darker side, you know, and this is for those of you that might be in long-term relationships. You know, what happens if we break this up? Married, long-time cohabitants, that type of thing. Long-time relationship, even if you aren't living together, but looking at what does your life look like without this person? The shit you contemplate at night. And this is major energy. So if there are fears here, you know, if you're afraid of moving on, I know I saw the Devil card talking about toxic relationships. Considering, you know, are you in a toxic relationship? What the hell? And facing your fears around that. Still on the same subject. Processing your emotions. And you feeling conflicted, defeated even, because things are not working. And that's how kind of how Libras work. Yeah, if things are working, y'all are making it work for real. But something going on in your relationship, especially again your intimate relationships, where it's just not feeling right anymore. And you're looking at yourself trying to figure out what did you do, what part did you play to make this not work. Because for some of you, eat the fish, leave the bones. However that's resonating, some of you really wanted whatever this is to work out. Hence the Queen of Cups with her emotional self. Just pouring the coffee and the tea and got it on the table and just, you know, just not quite on point. But it's that emotional processing. And if she would reverse, that's what we would be exactly talking about. Not being able to get it all together, and you just kind of feeling defeated at this point about the whole situation, and looking at maybe where there are areas you can go back to and maybe clear it up. But again, taking stock and getting with like-minded people. And maybe you're finding out this current situation that you're in is not a like-minded person. Maybe they're a little reckless, or maybe they're not quite on the same page as far as family or friends. It's causing some issues. When we get to the second week with the Five of Swords on top of 5 change, maybe you need to look at how you're approaching the whole thing. And maybe, I mean, at the end of this, relationship change is right there, right underneath the moon card. Maybe it is time to pack it up. Maybe it's time to take that step back and go, okay, enough of this. And this is your energy. This is air energy. And maybe that's, if it's going to bring things back into balance for you, there's 2 5s there. 2 5s make 10. Bringing it back into balance for you, maybe that's what you need to do. For others of you, it may just be about behavioral changes. So those of you that are dealing with older children, it's got the same connotation here. Looking at how you're dealing with them, maybe there's some changes that need to be made. With the 10 of coins sitting on top of the awareness, it's really about being totally aware, grateful for everything that you have. There may come a point in October where there may be some loss financially. You're looking at it upside down. Or you're missing money. Being aware of all of everything that belongs to you. Once again, it's the same energy. Taking inventory and taking stock. It might be, Libra, a good month to go back, check bank statements, gas stations. Now I know this is getting a little slick. You go inside. It used to be if you used the pump outside, they would hold money on your debit card. Now, if you go inside to the wrong gas station, that might be $25 or $30 they're hanging on to for 24 hours for whatever reason. That kind of shit. Make sure you're aware of everything that's going on with all your coins. That's the 10 of coins. So make your house, your property, your car, make sure you are aware of every penny that you're spending for the month of October. At the end of all of that, with the 2 of Cups sitting on top of the intuition, those of you that are thinking about making relationship changes, that's that energy right there. And again, we're talking about finding like-minded people. That's not to say that this is somebody that agrees with everything that you agree with, whatever, none of that. But somebody that is vibing the same way that you are. Some of you that's going to be a new relationship, you're going to have to really rely on your intuition for the month of October where it comes to love issues and situations. Your gut's not going to steer you wrong, so listen as best you can. Again, it's about taking stock and inventory of those things that are working for you and those things that are not. Let us see what else we got going on. Now we're into the 3rd and the 4th week of October. Patience and planning. Manifestation. Self-discipline. That popped up while I was shuffling. Transformation. It's all about change, Libra. Time out. Then I tell you, environment showed up. Some of y'all literally need to get up, car keys in hand, and move somewhere else. Period. Situations that you're in are toxic, or they're toxic leaning right now. Yep. 5 of Cups. There it is. So in your 3rd week, Temperance, that's all about you, Libra. That's that complete balance, body, mind, soul, spirit, all of it. Getting it together and those things that you need to do to get it together. And so now we're not just talking about the romantic patience and having patience. We're talking about the building blocks of your life. And knowing and realizing that if you're restructuring on any level, whether it's work, getting divorced, getting into a new, well, it's going to take some patience and planning on your part. Rome was not built in a day. Just saying. You can begin to see the manifestation. There may be some small victories this month of what you're really aiming for, what you really want to get in your life. When this moment hits, if it hits for you, pay attention to how you're feeling and the people that are around you, as well as the people that aren't around you, because that will give you great insight that you need to move forward with your life, what direction you want, and the people you want around you. For those that are just there for the celebration part, that part right there, maybe it's time to take a look at that group of people in your environment. Do they need to be there or no? And are they helping you to manifest the things that you want to manifest in your life? At the end of that week, with the 4 swords on the self-discipline, this is about taking a step back on all fronts and using some self-discipline. Say as far as sex, as far as spending money and time, you may need to just take a step back and use some self-discipline for a minute so you can get a bead on what direction you need to go in. And that it is sitting on top of the 5 of Cups, and the environment might be that time to take a step back and look at the environment that you're in versus the environment that you want to be in. 4th week, Ace of Coins on top of the transformation. Many of you will begin to see new beginnings. You make some decisions up here about, are you going to stay with this person, or are you going to start hanging with other people? When we get into the end, closer to the end of the month, you'll begin to see the transformation. You'll probably run into some new people. Hopefully, they will be like-minded. I'm just saying. For a lot of you, you will encounter people that you have that instant chemistry with. Roll with it. See where it takes you. With the Eight of Swords sitting on top of the timeout, we're still in that energy. We're still in that Four of Swords energy of needing to take a time out. But this time, we're not just taking the time out to step back and gain composure, none of that. We're taking a time out to reevaluate our values and our beliefs. And that it's coming right behind this energy of meeting new people or encountering new things. You may have to. I really like this person, but they're a different faith, or they believe in something philosophically different than I do. Is that a bad thing? Or can you make that work? By taking those blinders off, taking that time out to take those blinders off to see where you are. At the end of all of this, it's going to be some heartbreak. It's good. Fuck it. It's there. Just go with it. There's going to be some emotional heartbreak. But it's all about cleaning up your environment, your personal space. And that's not just sweeping underneath the bed and underneath the couch to get the dust bunnies. This is by getting the actual human dust bunnies that might just be hanging on and be hanging on. Those of you that have recently had a change in status, graduated from college, got a bigger, better job with maybe big 9 digits, or big 5 digits, or huge 6-digit income type shit, and maybe people around you just hanging on. At the end of the month, you're going to have to kick some of the cups up off your plate emotionally, because they're draining you and they're not allowing you to be and do you, basically. Which brings us right back up here to your challenge. Finding people, like-minded folk, male or female, taking inventory of what you've got going on across the board and getting rid of things that no longer serve you, no longer helping you to manifest the kind of lifestyle that you want to lead. Let's see what the Oracle cards got. I got new ones. I've actually had these for a couple weeks, but the Enchanted Map, I like them because they talk my language. So we will use this set as the first set for encouragement and guidance from the universe. Let's see what Magical Map Shifter, doggone it. About changing your environment, Libra. That's what it's really about, changing your environment. Let's see what else. Metamorphosis. You can't make this shit up, man. 52 and 25. And the number 7. Let's see. Magic Stream. These two right here saying the same thing in a different way. Magical Map. Maybe it's time for you to go back and remap what you're trying to do and who you're trying to include in your experience. Because you're going through changes, metamorphoses. You're coming out of your little cocoon, getting ready to turn into a beautiful butterfly. So it's time to start looking at all those things in your life. Do you need them? Those people in your life that just, don't do nothing but negative and nothing positive, nothing inspirational to say to you, just bitching and moaning. Do you need them? Where's my other card? Magic Stream. Where'd the manifestation card go? Right here. What are you manifesting? What are you trying to pull up out of the magic stream? What do you need to pull up? Then maybe that's a better point. What do you need to pull up out of your magic stream, your imagination, your subconscious, whatever you want to call it? What do you need to pull up out of there to start manifesting what you want to manifest? And again, same energy, what are you straining out? What people are you, a little strainer, are you straining out of your existence? Because they're no longer serving you. They're no longer feeding into your dream. They're no longer supporting. They're doing more harm than good. They're swerving down, baby, I'm supporting you. But 2 steps forward, 18 back. Because they got some crisis or some drama going on. Think about this. And if they're not adding to your magic stream, if they're not able to support you, again, the spiritual union, like-minded shit, they're not able to be there for you when you need them to be there because they on some other bullshit, there's your answer. Libra, I love you. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, a great start to the month of October, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.